Hello, 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 everyone. All right. We are live, Candi. Just as soon as I press that live button, look who shows himself. Oh, you just had to come over here, huh?
Perfect timing.
You just got to be seen, huh?
Hi.
Okay, mommy's live, so you can't be on right now, okay? Yeah. Okay, give mommy a kiss, and then you go back and watch the iPad. Hey, get down off the table. Stop. Give me a kiss. Mommy give you that. Give me that.
Oh, that's boring.
You got a quarter. Okay, go put it in your piggy bank and then go play with your iPad, okay? I love you. Money, 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 money. Money. Money.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Okay, go ahead and put it in your piggy bank, okay, baby? All right. I am going to go ahead and share this to my Facebook page as well, that we are live right now. Happy Thursday to you, Diva.
Thank you, Diva. Can I go do my watch party too? I'm gonna go share it.
Yeah, please do. You know what? I've never done the whole watch party thing.
Awesome.
How do I do that?
Oh, you don't really have to if you're the one doing the broadcast.
Oh, that makes sense.
You can. I mean, it'll just send an alert, But yeah, I wanted to share to my page too. So.
That makes a lot of sense. You're like, no, you don't do a watch party because you are doing the show. That makes so much sense. Yes. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Thursday's live DEEVA Chat. I am here with the beautiful Candi Bryan. Yes. Mrs. Corporate America. Matter of fact, Candi, when is the Mrs. Corporate America competition taking place this year?
So it's going to be 2021.
Okay.
And of course, COVID happened, and it's okay because Catherine and I get a little bit more time to reign on.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. I didn't know that. That's really cool. Yeah. I mean, let me tell you this. Yeah. You guys have done an amazing job as the Mrs. Corporate America queens. I have to put that out there. The amount of events that you made sure that you were present and showed up with that crown. Girl, I don't know how you're going to take that crown off come 2021, because literally you wore it and you wore it well. So I just want to put that out there.
Thank you. I know Catherine's probably watching. She's going to be like, oh my God. But it was fun. And I think it made it easier to do because we were doing it together and we're sisters, and I loved it. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, it was absolutely awesome. You guys did fabulous. I want to make sure that for all of those who are tuning in, they know exactly who Miss Candi Bryan is, right? So I'm going to read your bio as we get started. So Candi Bryan is the host and producer of the Good Morning Show, founder of Luxe Pink, the reigning Mrs. Corporate America 2019, and project manager in her corporate position. Candi has received several company-wide awards and recognition, including the Sprint Circle of Achievement nomination. Candi has served as community pastor for Reality
Church.
Reality Church, assisting in efforts to provide for the needs of the Sanford community. Candi is passionate about serving women in her community by helping meet the need for food, shelter, and was able to overcome her diagnosis, chemo, and surgeries through her faith, and intends to use her platform to encourage women in the fight for their lives. Everyone meet Miss Candi Bryan. Yes. So two things I want you to talk more about, and I want to do it in this order. So for one, I want you to talk about the NABO, National Association of Women Business Owner competition that you won earlier this year. And I believe that is for your company, Luxe Pink. If you want to talk about that really quickly.
Absolutely. So I was at an event that I was invited to by Women on the Rise. Actually, you put an email out there and you're like, hey, if anybody wants to go to the Contemporary Hotel in Disney, there's this big women empowerment event. And I the thing that I've learned about Women on the Rise is you always keep us engaged in what's happening. And you asked if anyone wants to volunteer. And I'm like, yeah, I want to volunteer. While I was there, someone approached me and just said, hey, have you entered the NAWBO competition? So I wouldn't have been as involved in Women on the Rise had I not been a part of Miss Corporate America organization, right? Because one of the prizes was a complimentary membership to Women on the Rise. B, I would have never entered the NAWBO competition had I not been at this event. So it's all connected. So, I mean, I just love women's groups and the community that we have. So I entered, and I was probably the last applicant to enter, just like
at like 11:59 p.m. submission.
It literally was. It was. And because you had to turn in a video and your emerging business concept. So they had two categories in the competition for NAWBO. It was the existing businesses and then the emerging category. And I was part of the emerging. You had to submit a video and your business plan, bio, talk about what your new idea is. And I did it 11:59 on the dot.
Fantastic.
You know, as I was getting ready for this, Arlene, I thought I was putting makeup on. I was thinking about you, and I was like, Arlene has been there. You were there. You brought me a card. So the lengths that you go to be intentional about connecting with us, I don't want to cry. I'm not going to cry tonight.
Oh.
It meant so much to me. So I was one of 3 finalists. They had a bunch of applicants. Then they whittle it down to 3 finalists, and you really have to talk about your business. Mine is mastectomy gowns that really help a patient feel beautiful again after going through the process of losing your breasts. And instead of wearing a hospital gown all day, every day, to attach these drainage tubes, you have pockets in the robes.
Yes.
And I won.
Fantastic. I was so excited for you. It was amazing. Yes. And for me, I think it's really important that we support each other in all endeavors that we have. So to be able to come there and to see both yourself and Stacy take the stage was absolutely amazing. And I'm beyond joy to come and support you beautiful ladies. So thank you for sharing that. And you're absolutely right. We try our best to inform everyone in our Women on the Rise group. So if you guys are not following us on the Women on the Rise group on Facebook, please be sure to do so. We work really hard to share different resources that can help you both in your personal and professional development. So definitely make sure to follow us in the group. It is not only for Women on the Rise members, it is for everyone. You do need to be a woman. I know some guys try to enter it every now and then, and I'm sorry, it's not for you. So I'll just put that little piece out there. But yes, please, please, please come and join our Women on the Rise group. And I'll also, two things that you mentioned as well. You brought up the fact that you won the membership through the Mrs. Corporate America competition to be a member of Women on the Rise. And I will say that as well. If there is a community-based organization that is looking for giveaways they might be able to use, within their organization, we definitely are willing to sponsor that. I know we've done it for Time for Team, we've done it for Miss Corporate America. Just reach out to us. You can email us at info@womenontheriseorlando.com. And then the other thing is, if there are any kind of resources that any of you might have, whether it's something that can help someone in their business or professional development, please do send that again to info@womenontheriseorlando.com so that we can share that information in the Women on the Rise group, because we definitely want to make sure that everyone is well aware of things that are going on. And this could be anywhere in the state of Florida, because we have followers all throughout the state and hopefully soon even further out than that. So anything that you have, please do share. And I think that would be awesome. And let's see. Yes. Okay. I got your notes too, Candi. I see that in the comment box.
Yeah.
And then also, you guys, make sure that if you have any comments or questions throughout this broadcast, that you do go ahead and type that in the comment box so we can make sure that we feature that comment and then also respond to it as well. But I am just extremely excited to have Candi on here to talk about her newest venture, which is her Good Morning show, which she has done an amazing job of doing it. Because you guys, one of the biggest things is consistency, right? Like in the words of Dr. Keita Joy, like you have to be consistent, right?
Yes.
And so you have done an amazing job of doing that. Your graphics have been amazing. Everything has just been amazing about it. And so I know even as you were getting started, you were doing all of your research about all of the broadcast options that are out there. And I was like, oh, yeah, we use StreamYard. Girl, you got on StreamYard and you took it by storm, okay?
I know they're like, woo, we have a user that's going live every day.
Every day. And that is awesome because people can depend on showing up first thing in the morning and being able to catch that before they even get their day started and getting their day started on a positive note because you bring great positivity. And so I just want to commend you on that. And I know you really wanted to share because as both you and I like to do, we like to share our knowledge to help people in any way that we can. And I know in part of doing this DEEVA Chat, and you guys just give you some background information if you're not used to DEEVA Chats. So DEEVA Chats are all about giving an opportunity to some of our subject matter experts within Women on the Rise, an opportunity to share their expertise and to have some great dialogue with our audience out there. And so Candi, as one of our members, she was like, yes, I can talk about going live and what that can do for your platform, your business, or even your personal brand. So I know you wanted to come on and talk about that. So jump right on in. Let me know like what your experience has been and what you want to share with the audience in regards to that.
No, absolutely. So what I did send you just a little while ago was I was thinking, what's the top 3 most important reasons, or what is the reason why I should go live as a business owner, as a ministry leader, as a blogger, even if you don't have an LLC or corporation, why should I go live? And one of the main reasons is that you instantly, it's going to sound crazy, you instantly become the subject matter expert.
Yes.
So reasons to go live, number 1 would be that. And what I mean by you become the subject matter expert, when you see someone who's taking the leap, right? Because it's not easy to go live. Some people are very hesitant to jump on a live. They'll do a video in a heartbeat, like a recorded video. But to go live, it takes a little bit of bravery. So when you step out there and you start to speak whatever it is you're talking about, your business, your services, you instantly, people are listening to you.
Yeah.
We're going to be like, yeah, that's good. Like they're happy to know or get all the information you're giving. And you become an expert in that area. And it builds so much credibility, Arlene. It's just, that is probably the number 1 reason, is just establish yourself as someone who can speak on that topic. And if it's your business, what a great way to brand and get yourself out there.
And the interesting thing is a lot of people do ask that question about how can they position themselves as being a subject matter expert, or how they can book more events, or, be booked as a speaker. And immediately, like even for Women on the Rise, when I'm looking for a person to come and speak, I want to see them, doing what they do. And so if I can't find video content showing them, addressing an audience to know what level of enthusiasm they bring, the quality of content, then more than likely I would not call on them to be a speaker for an event. So for the fact that that person is going live consistently and showing what they bring to the table, that is what's going to draw me in, and that's what's going to draw others in. And so when you're building that portfolio, it's so important that you create that kind of content that someone can quickly be able to assess and know what it is, what value you bring, right?
Right. I think especially now, we're in a virtual climate forever and ever. We are in a virtual world. So this is a skill you want to develop, just as, when technology was changing and people are learning the iOS platform or whatever comes that's new, and whatever trend that we're seeing in the industries, you want to be able to go ahead and grasp that knowledge and begin to use that in your business. So for sure, it is a portfolio and people are going to be watching it. It builds credibility. I've gotten so many, not only, the good job, Candi, the Atta Girls, but I've received so many people to say, can you please help me? What is your price? Name your price to help me go live to take my business. And I didn't intend to do that. That wasn't my intention. But again, once you start doing something, you do it consistently.
Yeah.
You are seen as an expert in that area.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know in your comment here, you were talking about, you know, becoming the subject matter expert, and how it can help you to promote your business. So for a person who is, and I don't know if you've encountered this, let's say they are in the empowerment space and they like to speak about positivity and mindset, right? But they're like, I don't know what to talk about every single day, right? Like, you want me to go live every day? No, it's not. Go back in the room and go watch the iPad, okay? Oh, Uncle's there to help.
He wants to be live too.
Yes, thank you, Uncle. Go, Uncle.
Uncle.
That's my little brother, you guys. He's 17, but he is a great help with my little one. Yeah, so they're like, I don't know what to create. And I think you even have people who are, let's say, doing YouTube channels too. Mm-hmm. How do I create consistent content? What am I talking about every time? What is your advice on that? Because I know you received that question.
Yeah, I mean, and not everyone, you know, it feels like a mountain to climb, right? I'm going to go live and then I got to, you know, engage, and then I got to stay connected. I got to respond to comments. I have to prepare. And not everyone has to go live every single day. I mean, if you just go live 2 or 3 times a week, or like you have this on a schedule, I look forward to DEEVA Chat. And it's consistent, and I know it's going to be there, and I know that the content is good. So if you don't have something for every day, probably don't start out with that every day, because it's going to come off as inauthentic. You want to be able to do it as much as you have content for. But if you are thinking about doing this every day, and especially if you're in the empowerment space, my advice is you can go live in shorter doses. You can do a 15-minute live. You can do a 10-minute live. And if it's something that you found on social media, Instagram, an article, you've got content for days as long as you're doing research. So it requires a little bit of research, and you can just Google empowerment every single day probably and find something 10 minutes long to talk about. Because I do think sometimes people get into the space where they feel like they've got to go long, and you don't have to.
Now, let me ask you a question too. I don't know, and you can just let me know. For when you do your lives, are you publishing your lives anywhere other than Facebook? For you. Okay. Are you doing yours to a YouTube channel, or where else are you publishing yours?
Yep. Actually haven't launched the YouTube channel yet, but thankfully, because of going live, I probably have about 25 shows that have already been saved to YouTube. So when I do my YouTube launch, which will be probably in a month and a half or 2 months, anyone goes there and they can see that there's a history of videos. What I didn't want to do is I didn't want to start my YouTube channel and there be one video.
Right.
So I didn't actually launch it because I wanted to build up a portfolio of videos that people can just scroll through and they want to keep watching. So yes, I go live on my personal page, my business page, my group for the nonprofit. You allow me to go live on to post it at least to Women on the Rise, and then I also go live simultaneously on YouTube.
Fantastic. I have one person here saying great info and inspiring to go live. I used to go live 3 times a week. So this person said, I used to. Come on. You got to jump back in there with us, right? You got to get those videos posted. Right. And something else interesting to think about. I've seen people who have like 20, 30,000 followers on Instagram, and they're like, follow me on my YouTube channel. And they have this one YouTube video, and it's like been the only video for like over a year, right? But it has so much traffic on that video. And so my thing is, even if you have one girlfriend, post that video up on there, right? Give people something to look forward to. So you can just keep on posting them out on a schedule. But the really cool thing, even right now, we're on the StreamYard platform, right? And so StreamYard, it's so cool. It allows you to brand your display. And so what you're seeing right now, like the graphics in the background, the Women on the Rise DEEVA Chat, little women in the bottom corner, was all designed on Canva.
Yeah.
Right. And so you can actually do like your design, you can create it as a transparent background, and now you have an overlay. We have an overlay when we do play to win. So it allows you to immediately, right, go ahead and brand your live stream so that you can provide that little professional element to whatever it is that you do. And Candi, you've done an amazing job with that as well too. Can you speak on that and what's been your experience in branding your lives.
So funny. Everything I do, I'm going to tie it right back to Women on the Rise. So when you started doing StreamYard, I was like, ooh, like I'd seen it one time, see the person do it. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. So for most people who don't know, my background is I graduated from UCF with a broadcast communication degree.
Nice.
Go nice. And I went right into news. I worked at News 13. Shout out Yvette Bruce-Wild, who was still connected on.
Yeah.
And, $7 an hour wasn't getting it right at the time. So I left news, but I always had this passion for broadcast and media in my heart. And when I recognized a tool that has all the elements or some of the elements of broadcast quality, I was like, yes, this is awesome. And I saw you doing it in such an excellent way. You do everything with excellence, Arlene.
Thank you.
It made me step my game up. I'm going to be honest with you. I looked at your graphics and I was like, look at her graphics.
So funny.
So I said, I'm going to spend, hours to the early morning on Canva and really just playing around with Canva, doing different things, just experimenting. It's all about experimenting.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. And something else too, just so you guys know, you can go on platforms like Etsy.com, for example, and you can look for digital scrapbook paper. And you can put in like your brand's colors, and you can find designs that you can use as your background or an accent to your brand, and you can use that. So, I mean, I like to use Canva to look for wallpapers and things like that, but sometimes I don't find exactly what I'm looking for. So I'll go on to Etsy.com, and I'm telling you, these graphics that you'll find on there will be like $1.49, $2 and change. And you'll get like a pack of maybe 5 or 6 that you can immediately use. I'm actually about to create a mailer box. And I was on there earlier looking for colors or watercolors that kind of match with our brand, just so that I can go ahead and start building that, right? And so there's so much that you can do with platforms like Canva or Photoshop and so forth, or even InDesign. Now, I'm not as skilled in the InDesign, Photoshop world. Okay, I have the program.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll go and resize something or do a little, tweaking or whatnot, but it's not my platform. And I think we're all trying to become Canva experts over here.
Right. It works.
It works. It really works. And I'll tell you, Canva is not what it was, probably 2 or 3 years ago. It has grown and developed by leaps and bounds.
It's true.
And you have to go on there on a regular basis to see what's new, what graphics are new. It's even more diverse when it comes to representation of different ethnicities as well. It has become a really amazing platform. Yeah, right? Okay. So yeah. And then I know also, can you speak on opportunities that have presented themselves because of the fact that you're doing these consistent lives as well?
Well, it's pretty amazing, actually, that probably my second month of going live. So I said to myself, if you were working for a studio, some major studio, you'd usually get up at 4 a.m, be there at 5, or be there at 4 for that matter, and be in someone else's studio producing something or on camera.
Yes.
And I really felt like it was God speaking to my heart, like, do this like it is your business.
Yes.
I've been with the same company for 19 years. Thank God for corporate America. And it's been such a blessing to me to work for now the new T-Mobile. But in my heart, I have these projects I want to do. It's my passion. And COVID, as tragic as it is, has also kind of opened opportunities for us to be home as moms and all the things that we have to juggle. I'm home in the morning instead of commuting. And I was like, wait a minute.
There's some extra time there.
Show now, right? So, and I thought about it, and I was like, well, if I want to train myself to do this and really manage this business like it is my business full time, I need to do it as such. Because I started going live, I had someone tune in to the week that we were doing authors, and the person who tuned in, I knew here in Orlando, but they relocated back to Chicago and started a nonprofit in Chicago. When I got off that live stream, Arlene, this person contacted me and was like, we're going to do our yearly conference. It's a big gala for our nonprofit on Zoom. He's like, but after watching your live today, Candi, whatever platform you're using, because he didn't know about StreamYard, he's like, I want you to produce it. You just name your price. That is the first time someone has said, name your price to me about, whatever it is, because
wow,
they understood the value of having this kind of a broadcast quality production. And we did a 7-hour conference. It was like a StreamYard marathon with graphics and video and panels. And it was absolutely amazing. And then other opportunities have come just like that.
That is awesome. So this is what happens, you guys, when you show up, right? And the thing about it is, it wasn't even asked about, you coming and speaking, which you're excellent at doing that. But a person says, you have this other talent, just in putting this together, and you may not have even realized you had it. And I'm about to pay you whatever you want to get paid in order to help us replicate that. That is awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That is absolutely awesome. So you never know what opportunities can come when you're consistent in showing up, right?
Right.
So I love it. I absolutely love that.
One more thing, Arlene?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Facebook, I don't know if you got the alert, but Facebook had a class that they did the other day. I don't know if you got to attend it. It was about growing your community. It was very interesting. At first, I thought it was like just a random advertisement from someone else, and it was actually actual Facebook. And they did this class on connecting and growing your community. And one of the things that they said is they gave all these different tips. And then I was in and out, right? I was kind of paying attention and not. But when I tuned back in, they said, partner with other platforms to grow your community, partner with other groups, partner with other pages. And I thought, I don't really do that enough. I mean, I do it because Women on the Rise has said, yes, you can post. And I love that. That is a partnership in itself. I'm so humbled. You know me, I won't post it, really.
I have to get on you, Candi. I'm like, Candi, if I see that posted over there and not over here again, we're going to have a problem.
That's Women on the Rise. So I don't want to wear out my welcome. So I just
listen. Okay. And I have to share this because we're going to have other divas who are going to watch this.
Yeah.
This is a community, right? And the community does not exist without all of us, right? We build the community. We make up the community. So the content is based off of the community. So as Women on the Rise members, as our fellow divas, we are depending on you guys to show up and make sure that you're providing resources, content, letting us know what's going on with you. I don't care if it's an inspirational message or if you're telling us about your next featured guest. It should always be in the group. And it's funny sometimes because people will send it directly to me. And I'm like, you remember, like, why aren't you sharing that? Like, you share that. That should come from you.
Well, I will tell you that the partnership is absolutely amazing. And one of the participants of that event that I told you about, the gala, their husband, wife, they have a wonderful platform. It's called I Am Beautiful 365. And when they wanted to meet to talk about branding, they wanted to meet with me to talk about going live. And I didn't know them. And so I met with them and I'm like, sure, what does your page look like? How many followers you have? And they're like, we have about 478,000 followers. And, we want to build out our platform. And I was like, come again. And so we formed a great friendship and a partnership, all from just doing what I love doing.
That is amazing.
And taking it live. So now the Good Morning Show will be launching from that platform really soon. It's like a simulcast. So
I love it.
I can't say enough about going live. When I say go live, you guys better go live.
Absolutely. And even I have to get more consistent about doing it because for me, it's really important to highlight everyone and what they're doing and what they're subject matter experts in. And I've been saying recently, like, Arlene, you're going to have to start showing up in what you're a subject matter expert on as well, right? Because as of now, in engaging with everyone, I know a lot about a little. I think that's kind of what it ends up showing up as, right?
You know a lot.
So I'm gonna have to, come in and be like, hi, Arlene, how are you? I am great. How are you? And do my own little diva chat.
Yes, you do.
No, one of you guys are gonna have to come on there
Yeah.
with me and let me be in the interviewee chair one day. So that would be awesome. But as far as engaging your community, right? Do you make sure that you always share with people to make sure that they're following you on all of your pages? Because I know you share to multiple different platforms, but what is your call to action? And is that something that you feel like you're really good with right now, or that you feel like there might be some area of growth and maybe for other people as well too?
The biggest area for opportunity right now for me is, you mentioned something where someone can have a huge following on Instagram and then they have like 2 followers on YouTube.
Right.
It's really hard to juggle that sometimes when you're doing it all, and sometimes when you're not pre-scheduling things out. Like I know you have talked about having a pre-schedule tool and everything, and if you're actually doing things kind of on the fly, it's hard to manage all those platforms. So I think my biggest area of opportunity now is to now get people to start mentioning my Instagram more and launch YouTube. That's a huge area of a gap for me in engagement. And I think it's because I'm almost like concentrating on building up the Facebook platform to a place where I can get it like a well-oiled machine. And then I can focus a little bit more effort on Instagram and YouTube.
So you know what? It made me think about something. And I think the easiest way to handle that is to have a template email created.
That's good.
And so when you have your speaker that you've created a graphic for, right, is to, when you send that to them, have that template email built out. And on there, you can tell them how they can share the information about it. And maybe whatever you're going to post that goes along with that graphic, you can share that information with them as well and say, here, you can share this, and here's some verbiage that you can post along with it to market to your audience as well. And so that way it's like a no-brainer. They copy, they paste it, they share the graphic, and boom, now it's in their audience. But if you have that template email always created, then it's going to be real easy for you to just drop in the information that's needed and send it out.
I love that.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever we can do to be more efficient, I think is great. And it allows us to be consistent. One person who I have to give like great kudos to is Tracy Phipps. And I know we all love Tracy Phipps. Tracy does an amazing job of creating emails like that. It's like there's nothing missing. All the details are laid out. I know where I'm to share it to. I know what I'm to include. I know what the hashtags are going to be. Like Tracy is so meticulous about including those details. And so I think that is a great way that we can kind of incorporate some of what she does as we're starting to market things, right?
I wrote it down.
And I think that's an awesome way. And then determine who your tribe is, right? And when you have your tribe, you could tell your tribe, okay, listen, ladies, like I need all of you to go and post this flyer.
Right. No, that's good. I don't do that.
And draw people to, my page, because then it starts to go viral, right? And that's really important that you include those people who already support you, probably are looking for ways to support you, and now you're giving them that option on how to do that. So I think that's really important as well. Absolutely.
Oh, that's good. I got my diva nuggets. That's good.
Yes. That's funny that you say that, because Curleen Doctor was running the weddings and events earlier this morning. I had posted something in the group, and she was like, oh, I'm loving these diva nuggets first thing in the morning. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And it's really cool too, that now that we're in this age of, I guess it's going to be a permanent pivot is what it looks like, but having to go from all of the live events now to going to, I guess it's still live, but in-person events, now going to the digital online platforms, virtual platforms, we are, now in this space where we have to figure out, okay, how are we going to do this? How are we going to create impactful events and so forth? It is going to be here. And to understand how these platforms work is really going to be extremely impactful to our businesses. And so to be able to get this information, know how it works is really, really awesome. Now, one of our partners uses a completely different live stream platform that allows you to be able to do conferences where there is like these streams, there's breakout sessions, there's conversations we had over here. You could be doing like live auctions, like all these things could be going on simultaneous, and the whole platform that people are going to see is completely branded. So there's going to be opportunities to start leveraging programs like that. I am not completely familiar with that, but as everyone starts to go to these virtual conferences, it's going to be really important that we familiarize ourselves with that. So our first opportunity for Women on the Rise to do this is going to be our Women on the Rise Awards Gala, as well as Educated and Broke. And so I'm going to do my little plugs here real quick. So you guys, in September 24th, we're going to have the Women on the Rise Annual Awards Gala. This is going to be really cool because we're pivoting to this online platform. But when I tell you, it's going to be amazing. So if you have not already, please visit womenontheriseorlando.com, where you can visit the Women on the Rise Awards Gala page. On that page, you will see the opportunity where you can go and nominate a woman here in Central Florida who is making great impact both in the community and in their career. There are about 10 different award categories. So what we do is we depend on the community to nominate women who sometimes people don't even know are out here making waves and creating the impact that we see. And we want to make sure that we discover and honor those individuals. And even if someone has been nominated in the past, let's go ahead and nominate them again, right? This is an opportunity to celebrate the women here in our community. And we're so fortunate to have Ford Motor Company as a partner in this event because they truly, truly believe in the mission of empowering our women and girls. We are the future, and they completely support that. Additional to that, we are going to have our event Educated and Broke, which is one of our core programs for Women on the Rise International, Inc., come back. We were going to have it at the end of August, but we are thankful that it's now being pushed back to October. So for this event, we're partnered with Ford Motor Company and Truist, formerly SunTrust and BB&T, for this event. And let me just tell you guys about Educated and Broke. Okay, so Educated and Broke is all about this mid-career woman who has graduated with her degrees, but still finds herself living paycheck to paycheck, right? She's loaded down by student loan debt, taking care of children, and so forth, right? And we are here to provide the resources that those women need in order to, one, be able to go and negotiate their salaries, articulate their value, to be able to start really planning their career out to excel into the next level of their career, because there's not enough women in positions of leadership, right? So we're going to be going over that. We're also talking about budgeting, saving, and investing.
Yes.
How to create that story for yourself, how to make sure you have the proper documents in place for your estate planning, how to manage your money emotions. Because let me just say this, some of us make really good money, right? But are out here just spending it.
Yes.
And so we want to make sure that we're preserving some of our money for our children and for our retirement, and also for investment purposes to go into things that are really important to us, like maybe starting a business, right? And then for those who have skills and talents that can transition into a side hustle or into full-time business, we're going to provide the resources that you need in order to be able to do that as well. And let me tell you guys, I am not about just having a speaker talking in front of the screen and just giving you a few tips. We're talking about interactive workshops that will really allow you to gain the necessary tools that you need to really make an impact in your life and in your business. And so there's also a call to action out for speakers right now as well. And that's shared on our page. But you're going to start seeing some advertisements for it as well. And I believe the open call for that is up until August 15th. It was until July 31st, but it's extended to August 15th. And so we really encourage you, if you have subject matter expertise in any of the things that I just mentioned, to please make sure that you apply for that. And it is paid speaking positions, right? So I definitely want to put that out there. As I will say, as a nonprofit organization, the budget is limited. But as we create these additional partnerships, we're now able to make sure that we're able to take it to the next level for those who are volunteering their time with us. So I just want to put that out there as well. But so many great things happening. Woo! Yes. So Candi, as we go ahead and get to our close here and wrap up our DEEVA Chat, is there anything that you would like to leave the ladies with? I know you had something that you wanted to share as well too, so let me know when you're ready for me to add that to the screen as well.
We can go right now.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, perfect. If my mouse would work. Okay, here we go. Yes.
And thank you again, Arlene, and for the ladies for being so gracious having me on tonight for DEEVA Chat. It's really, every time I listen in, even if I'm like in the middle of dinner or something, something going on when we're trying to listen in, it's just so rich. The content is so good. Okay. I know that one of the biggest things that was a shock to me when I started going live, and it wasn't that I was going live talking about a business or a particular thing. I was doing live as a live show and having guests on, but people were coming to me not necessarily about the guests, although some have, wanted to contact the guest, get a book or buy services from a guest that's been on. They were coming to me asking, how did you do those graphics? What kind of platform do you have going on here? And so a lot of times, people think that it's really complicated. If you haven't sat in on a Canva class with Arlene and the ladies, I mean, that alone will give you ammunition. But I'm here to tell you that not only can you go live and do it on your own and do it well, you can create graphics. You can also create your own websites, manage it through Wix, and never have to be chasing after someone again. Now, depending on how complicated your website is, of course, you might need a web builder. But if you're in the beginning stages and you want something that looks really great, what I've been doing, Arlene, is hosting classes. On Saturdays, I was doing free classes as kind of an introduction to what else I can do in a one-on-one setting.
Yes.
So if anyone can go to candibryan.com and subscribe, you'll hit the website. It'll say subscribe here to join the community, which would be amazing. I'd love for you to join the community. But go to candibryan.com and then look at the link for current courses, virtual courses. There's a one-on-one brand building link that I have there. And what do we do during that session? It's all about, okay, let's take a look at all your social platforms. Let's talk a little bit about Canva and how we can spruce up your brand. And I think out of the 3 clients that started months ago, they were just doing something as simple as changing the Facebook banner page or their little logo on Instagram, and it was night and day. It was one photo change. Then they started adding and going live and figuring out, when is it good to do video content? When is it good to do live content? How do I engage with my audience? And so we tackle a lot in an hour, and it's only, and the pricing and everything is right there. It's all very transparent, and I do it just to help women take their business to the next level and make it visible on social media and live streams. So I'm more than happy to meet with anyone. So I wanted to share that because not a lot of people feel like they can go somewhere and get help without it.
Right.
They don't want to break the bank, and you don't have to.
Absolutely. And can you elaborate a little bit on why it is that you created a website that hosts your content?
Yes. So when I had the website first, actually, I was doing podcasting for about 3 years after my breast cancer journey. I was like, look, I got this second chance at life. Yeah. You better believe I'm going to live every day like it could be my last. And, and I started podcasting as a way just to get familiar with these technologies. And I did a website because I wanted to drive traffic, not only to my website, I wanted to be able to collect emails. As the lead list. So every time someone hits that subscribe button, they're part of the community. But then that's also someone who could be a potential client, someone who I can invite into the community to dig deeper through the website and see what else is out there to offer. I put my podcast on the website, and I try to do like a one-click order system. Like you shouldn't have to go 5 pages into my site to do something, to take action.
Right.
It's very simple, very clean, and you should be able just to go to 1 tab or 2 tabs and then, like hit book now, for example. But I established the website as a hub to really capture. It's kind of like for those of us in corporate America have a CRM, right? You have customer management system. Well, your website is the place, the repository to collect that data and then use it for your business and keep using it in marketing tools. And so that's basically how I use Wix. I use Wix for everything.
That is so important that you share that information, because I think sometimes we get very caught up in just posting to social media and we forget that there needs to be like this repository where you keep all the information at, because quite frankly, when businesses are looking for you, they're going to your website, right? And that's where they're going to be looking for this, and it's all in one place. So then if they want to see what your social media looks like, they can go ahead and click on the icons to go to those different pages. So I love the fact that you have all of your posts featured there. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, there's, we're kind of in a new era of most people will not look at your website on a computer.
Yeah.
Traffic that's coming to your business is going to mobile phones and tablets. So you want to have it look very mobile friendly, and Wix allows you to do that. You're going to make it in two formats. One format's going to be for your computer and one will be for your mobile phone. And based on how easy it is for someone to scroll and click and buy in 1 or 2 steps is going to be the difference in them staying on your page to make the purchase or scrolling and getting frustrated and moving on. So we talk about that in our sessions and how to use Wix to make all those things really seamless and really easy for the end user.
And one of the big things, you guys, too, is you have to go back and, like, if you're creating it, in Wix, even on the mobile option, open it up on your phone and see what it looks like as well, too. Like, you literally have to go and do your own audit of your website and your mobile device. It was one day I was like, oh my God, I didn't know it looked like that. I had to jump on Wix so darn fast.
Me too.
And make that change. I was like, oh. So you have to do your own audits as well. So it's great that you offer that audit service. Really, really awesome. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, you guys, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in for this Thursday's DEEVA Chat. Candi, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. You are beautiful inside and out, and love what you are doing in the community to help other women in business to be able to showcase their talents and services. So thank you for all that you do, DEEVA.
Oh, thank you for having me. This has been fun. It's always fun talking to you, and everybody loves that laugh. So.
Girl, listen. And I don't even pay attention to the fact that I do it, but people like, I heard you all the way in the other room. When I heard that laugh, I knew Arlene was here. I'm like, oh my goodness, yes. So
it brings joy. It brings joy. So thank you for this.
And I just want to point out, let's see, we have Sabrina Persad. She said, great information. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in, Sabrina. And we had Shug said, such amazing info. Thank you, ladies. So thank you guys for tuning in. We truly appreciate you guys. And I know there's going to be many of you who are going to watch this on the replay. So if you have any comments or questions still for Candi, be sure to post it in the comments. Also, make sure you go and visit and subscribe to her page as well. But everyone, you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you soon. Bye, Candi.
Bye.